I'm pretty sure most of you know about how Jakks Pacific owns the license to Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, everybody loves these figures. And I'm talking about the movie ones, because I barely see anybody who isn't a major Sonic fan talk about the modern figures. But today, we will be talking about almost all of them I own, except Infinite and Supersonic, because Infinite is a boring fucking character, and Supersonic's basically just the same as that guy. But speaking of that guy, let's talk about him first.
Shadow, you're an asshole, man.
You are what you eat, Sonic.
What the heck?
So here's Sonic, and Sonic the Hedgehog. It's pretty fucking easy to get him. You know, you gotta have the shoes, you gotta have the gloves, and you gotta have like the weirdly shaped head. But like, that's literally all you need to make a good Sonic figure. But how well does he compare with other figures? Here he is next to the ultimate life form. Here he is next to Tails. Here he is next to Knuckles. Here he is next to Eggman, and these two do not scale well. They don't scale well at all. But he does scale well with Metal Sonic. Yeah. Here he is next to Movie Sonic, Movie Supersonic, Captain America, and Spider-Man. You know, he can sort of scale well with other people, but sometimes he can't. But how well can this guy actually pose or articulate? Not very good. Okay, so his head can do a 360, and that's it. That's the only way it could go, is 360, side to side. Shoulders move up this much, and they can spin. There's like a little ball joint in the wrist, so this could spin. Legs move up this much, like a single joint, and then a ball joint at the shoe. So, not the best, but it can pose better than Jakks Pacific figures. And this is a little embarrassing because they did come with accessories this time, but I forgot it.
Get out!
So what do I think about this Sonic? He's probably the best modern Sonic for this price. You might be like, oh, what about the Jazzwares? Yeah, but all the amount of articulation made those figures look like ugly. They looked not the greatest. But you know, this figure's peak. I mean, he's pretty good. He just has like a little bit of articulation. But like still, this is probably the best modern Sonic to get for this price, for $10. I still think the movie figure is better, but this guy's pretty good. Shadow.
Beat on your wife, Robotnik. She's mine now. That's the law.
Actual shit!
Now, as you know, Shadow is way more detailed than Sonic, and they captured all of his detail perfectly. You've got his beautifully painted air shoes, not boots, fresh. You got all the hot sauce on his hair. You got the inhibitor rings. You got the You got everything that makes the Shadow peak. Now, here he is next to Sonic, Eggman, Metal Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Movie Sonic, Movie Supersonic, and the Punisher. Overall, he's the same size as Sonic, but How good is his articulation? Just like Sonic, his head can move back and forth at 360. Shoulders move up this high and spin. There's a ball joint just like Sonic in the hands to make him 360 and move all this way. Legs move up this much. Single jointed knees and a ball joint at the ankles to make all this crazy leg. So his articulation is basically the exact same as Sonic, except Shadow. Yo, why does this pose go hard? Why does this pose go hard? So yeah, Shadow Fig is peak. Also, for every single one of these Sonic figures, I forgot their accessories, so. The Shadow Fig is peak. He's better than Sonic in my opinion. Not better than the movie one. Probably not going to be better than the collector's edition. But yeah, he's peak. Knuckles.
Can't believe your tits are one polygon.
Here we have another GOAT, Knuckles. We have his awesome Lego shoes. We have these gloves. Knuckles just has that drip on him. You know, let's get some back shots of Knuckles. Why is there a hole right there? So the tail won't pop back in. I don't know. It's kind of just. The figure's still peak though. But here's Knuckles next to Sonic, Shadow, Eggman, Tails, Metal Sonic, Movie Sonic, Movie Super Sonic, Spider-Man, and Captain America. Now, sadly, his articulation is a little different, but in a bad way. He can barely move his head because he's a nonchalant dreadhead. But his shoulders move up this much, almost all around, like 90 degrees, or probably 270. Still ball joint in the wrist, legs move up this much, single joint, and ball joint in the legs. So sadly, his dreads give him less articulation, and I forgot his accessory, but Knuckles is on top. He is peak. This figure is peak. I love Knuckles. He's my GOAT, except Shadow and Sonic. But let's take a look at the egg.
I'm going to kill you and then kill you again.
Look at Eggman in all of his magnificent glory. Beautiful detailed shoes, jacket, glove thingies, I don't know. It's beautiful, beautiful. No, Eggman! And here is the back shots of the egg. Boom, boom. Here is Eggman next to that nasty blue hedgehog, Shadow the Hedgehog.
What the fuck? Is that Shadow's dick?
I fucked your wife.
What?
Isn't that right, Dr. Ivo?
What in the Sam hell is this?
Here he is next to Knuckles, Tails, Metal Sonic, Movie Sonic, Movie Super Sonic, and the Punisher. I don't know why, but the Punisher. Overall, he's actually pretty short. But hopefully, Eggman has magnificent articulation. And he does. Okay, so Eggman's head can move slightly, almost nothing back and forth, but his shoulders all the way up here, all the way up here. And then he has an elbow joint. Single jointed, but it's an elbow joint. There's a ball joint in the wrist. Legs move up this much, probably because he's big. Single jointed knees. And ball joint at the foot. So yeah, Eggman is peak. Because he's the Eggman. That's what he is. Tails is next.
What?
We're your friends, right? You would never replace us with somebody else. You promise?
Not unless you did something lame or stupid or uncool.
Oh, okay.
Here's the Tails figure. And you know, it's Tails.
Look, ramps!
We can use these as ramps.
Fuck you, Tails.
But I mean, he does look pretty good. He does look like Tails. Here's Tails next to Sonic, Shadow, Knuckles, Eggman, Metal Sonic, Movie Sonic, Super Sonic from the movie, and Spider-Man and Captain America. Let's get on to Tails articulation. Okay, so the head moves 360 side to side. Shoulders move up this much and spin, spin. Tails have articulation, which is awesome. And it's unlike the first Tails figure where they worked together and it couldn't stand. This one can actually stand because the tails are separated. But the legs move up this much, single jointed knees, ball joints at the ankle. And yeah, it's basically every other Sonic figure. But you know, Tails, perhaps I was being too harsh on Tails. It's a good figure. He's a good character. He's just a little annoying. But I like Tails. I like this figure, and he's pretty awesome. Fuck you, Tails. Metal Sonic is next. Also, I can't find anything funny about Metal Sonic. I can't find any funny videos about Metal Sonic. You know, Metal Sonic always looks goated. He always looks goated in figure form, unless if it's the Jazz Boys Classic Sonic. He has the metal boots. He has all the screws and shit. He has everything that Metal Sonic needs. Like, this guy is peak. Like, I mean, come on. This guy just looks awesome. He looks peak. He looks amazing. But how well does he look with other figures? Here he is next to Sonic, Shadow, Knuckles, his creator, Dr. Ivo Robotnik, Movie Sonic, and dude, I just want to say, big spoilers, but that post-credit scene went so crazy. Oh my god. Also, Movie Super Sonic, and the Punisher. Let's get on to this guy's articulation. Okay, so his head is 360 like all the other Sonic figures. Shoulders move up, but actually, there's an elbow joint. There's an elbow joint in the shoulders. What? Looks like the villains get elbow joints while the heroes don't. That's crazy. But leg moves up this much, bend at the knee, and then ball. Nope. Just like a move side to side, moves 360, everything. So this guy's articulation is goated. It's goated just like this figure, although he doesn't have any accessories. This guy is still goated. He is amazing. This is peak. You better go crazy. Yeah. And what do I think about these figures? Well, I think they're peak. They're amazing. They're great. They have really good sculpts, really decent enough articulation, I think they're better than the Jazzwares, yet I don't think they're better than the movie figures. I think the movie figures are the peak of Sonic figures. The only time, but I do think these are the best modern Sonic figures. I'm most likely going to do a part 2 to this video because I want to review more characters like Silver, Mephiles, and hell, even I'll do Infinite. And part 2 will probably come out very soon. I'm gonna guess within the next 2 weeks. This month is gonna be crazy for reviews. But I love these figures, and I hope this video makes you guys like these figures more. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Jesus Christ, Shadow, what have you done? I went to go vote and I saw a person with Bowser's fat ass in line, and you have some explaining to do.
I don't think so, Eggman. You have to do what I say, or else you're under arrest. Eggman, egg face, egg poopy butt.
You may be the. Don't you ever fucking call me that ever again. I'll kill you.
Unless I kill you first. Sorry, Eggman, but new amendment. Die.
You are a menace to the society.